Hello. Hi, guys. Happy Good Friday. Today is such a good day. Jesus is so good. He is so alive. And I am so thankful that he went to the cross and that he died for us. And he is just such an amazing father. And this past week, I have just been challenged in a lot of ways. And he's still so good to me and loves me so much, even through my challenges and through any kind of questions I have about faith or just anything in life that I don't understand. Like, he's so patient with me and so loving and kind. And I'm so thankful that he died on the cross so that I could have a personal relationship with him and that I could go to heaven and live in eternity with him when I die and leave this earth. And so I'm just so thankful and blessed. And I wanted to come on a few minutes early. I wanted to do a live like before my video because a lot of people say I talk a lot, and I understand. They're here for a certain reason. They're here for whatever the video is about. And like, I think I have makeup on my shirt. No, it's just fuzz. Okay, so anyway, you didn't hear me say that. So yeah, I'm just really thankful that you guys that come on and hear me early, like, that really means a lot, because some people just think I talk too much apparently. And I'm thankful for the ones that enjoy me for me, and my personality. And what I really love most is when people come and hear the word, and they come to hear what God has been showing me recently. And it's a fact that I have an older demographic, and I'm so thankful that people like give me a chance to hear what God has been showing me about the Bible. And I love that because I feel like I learn a lot from people younger than me, and I learn about the Bible specifically. Like, for a while, I was helping lead a small group, multiple small groups over the years for high school students and junior high students, and I just learned so much from them. Like, their faith is just absolutely inspiring. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, drop any questions you have in the comments that you'd like me to answer. I want to do a little Q&A. We're only going to be here for about 17 minutes because I scheduled the Tom Cassie live for 5:45, I think it is. So yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything specific or want to know anything specific about me, just let me know. Sorry, my shins are itching. I don't know why. I forgot to tell my mom I'm live, so let me text her really quickly. Aw, thank you, Lori. You guys are so nice. I like that, like, the little pre-show or whatever, it's like just we get to chat and have a little more conversation, because whenever I start the content, I cannot focus on the chat and what I'm saying. So, I just feel like this is nice, and this way, hopefully people won't get so frustrated by me talking too much. And I'm like, there's this really cool button that you can use. It's called the scrub button, and you can just go forward and backward and forward and backward and forward. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that you could do. I did. I just texted her, Becky. I just texted her and said, hey, I'm live. Yeah. So, people don't understand, especially like if you're watching live, I guess I can understand like saying, oh, you talk too much. But if you're watching the replay, you can like skip forward and backward on the video. And so I don't really get it. But, people do not hold back with their, their opinions. Luckily, I have pretty thick skin and I am not easily offended. I usually just like find them silly. Like, I think the comments are silly if it's not positive, if it's negative. You're always going to get negative comments. You're always going to get negative viewers and stuff. It's just the way it is when you're on the internet. People just are going to say what they're going to say. Thankfully, I do have pretty thick skin and it doesn't affect me, but I'm just kind of like, what's your thought process? Why didn't you just skip ahead? And like, it would have taken less time for you to skip ahead than it took you to yell at me about talking too much. And there's also another really cool feature that you can go to the settings. Here, let me move myself because I'm in the way. And this is if you ever are short on time, and because I imagine if you're here, you don't think I talk too much. yeah, so if you go over here to this little settings button, the playback speed, you can make it faster. So you can put it at 1.25, you can double it, or you can make it slower. Say you just want to hear somebody talk in slow motion.
It's worldly, but it's super
my
worldly.
favorite show.
So that's just examples of what you can do. Yeah, so I was testing out the sound of Girls Gone Bible. Could you guys hear that? Let me know, because I'm actually doing a sound test with that. That is a secret sound test. So let me know. Could you guys hear that? I forgot to ask you before I did it. It wasn't actually a secret. I'm waiting for the chat to tell me. Yeah, I was watching Girls Gone Bible earlier for some reason. I forget why. Because I'm not really a big fan of their podcast. You could hear it. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure it was too loud. I was thinking that. Because I could hear it. I had my headphones right here. And I could hear it without my headphones on. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Okay, I'm glad that we did the sound check because... Oh, my God. I'm sorry. That's not the button I meant to hit. Let me turn down the screen capture. There we go. That way it doesn't blast everyone's ear off later. I'm so sorry about that. I did not know that it was going to be that loud. GGB was way loud. Yeah, way loud and a lot of other things, but that's another broadcast for another day. I know a lot of people really like GGB, but I'm not a big fan of their podcast. I think they're decent. They're fine, I guess, but I don't like their podcast very much, if I'm being completely transparent. So, yeah. I'm just reading the chat. You guys are so nice. I forgot to grab a drink before I sat down. I got up like 100 times. I got up to get my phone camera or my charger. I got up to get my, I call it my doohickey, which is weird, but it's this little adapter that you plug into your MacBook so that you can plug in USB. And I couldn't. Their name is questionable to me. Yeah, apparently Girls Gone Bible is a play off of Girls Gone Wild. So a lot of people don't like that either, which I don't. I also don't like it. My cat got scared. Oh no, I scared your cat. I'm so sorry. I did not know I was going to do that. I'm so sorry. I also wasn't wearing my headphones, so I probably would have known, but I could hear it through the headphones. I don't know. I should have turned it down, but I didn't know. I'm sorry. Thank you for the feedback, though. At least with Girls Gone Bible, we now get ideas for channel names like People Gone Bible or People Done Bible. That's funny. People Done Bible. Okay. Well, I actually got off work a little early today because it's Good Friday, and so I was when they told us we could leave early, I just kept thinking, I want to go live early. And that's all I could think about. And then I ended up having to still stay, not super late. I still got out about, 15 minutes early. But it's so funny. I work for a technology company, and I was having tech issues. It's just so ironic to me. But so everything was moving kind of slow, so that held me up a little bit. But nothing too bad. We got 3 new people today on my team, so I'm really excited about that. They seem really good. So I'm excited. Prayers for them, prayers for my team. We lost a couple people about a month or so ago. They moved on to other life adventures. So I'm really excited for them, but also my team was a little short on people. So it'll be really nice to have that in the coming weeks. And I'm very thankful for that. So, sorry. I've been so tired since Texas, and let me just say, even though it's been over a week since I've been there, I had the time of my life, and I think I talked about it a little bit in my other video, but the video ended up glitching, so I had to end the live. So I ended up just deleting it because I didn't want people to get confused, and I wanted them to be able to find the actual video of Art Lucier. But it was incredible. Like, I had the best time, and I think my favorite part was getting to meet so many people. It was so surreal. Like, I had people coming up to me, like, that you guys know who I am, but I've never met you. Like, we never met in person, of course, but I never thought that there would be a day where I would get to meet subscribers. Like, I just didn't. I always thought, like, I'd have to wait till I got to like 100K to meet anybody, and it was so cool to just meet you guys. And I know a lot of people gave me their books. I got a t-shirt. I got a little bag of goodies. So thank you to the people who gave me gifts and books. Those are like my favorites. Those are my love languages. I love gifts. I really do. I'm not going to lie. I love when people give me things and they think of me. Like, they're like, I was thinking of you and I got you this. Like, that means so much. That's just so special to me. And like, you just really can't beat that kind of love. Like, I don't know why. It's just, it could be the silliest little thing. If somebody sees, for example, it's about to be Easter and they're like, oh, I brought you a pink Easter egg because pink's your favorite color. I'd be like, oh my gosh, wow, thank you so much. I'd be so touched by it. And I would keep it forever. So I love gifts. Through it all, Susie says, hey girl, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Susie? I'm a little tired. I was just saying that. But there's an MLM called 31 that takes its name from Proverbs 31. Okay, actually what's so interesting, Friendly Neighborhood, Ashley Hetherington, who's in this video where I accidentally blasted your ears off, so sorry about that still. Let me go back so you can see which one she is. Okay, she's this one right here. This girl is not a good angle, but
generation.
tell me if that's not so loud. I still have them on slow motion. So this is Ashley Hetherington, right here. She has this series called Becoming a Proverbs 31 Woman on her YouTube channel. And it's just not my cup of tea. And it actually, it's funny that you say that there's an MLM, which I didn't know, but her channel feels like a pyramid scheme. I have always said that. Like, these four girls at this table make Christianity seem like a pyramid scheme, which is just another version of the prosperity gospel. Like, if you do what I do, then you'll be able to afford an $800 outfit and go on tour and speak to young girls. And, you know, every time you go on another tour date, you know, each show you get an $800 outfit or more. Like, you know, that's just kind of their vibe. And so that's not my vibe at all, especially with everything coming out about these prosperity gospel teachers and everything. And it's just been a little disheartening, honestly. And like, there's still a lot of amazing churches out there. I believe I go to an amazing church. But I just feel so sad for the people who don't have that, and I pray for them, and it's really sad. So obviously that's why I'm here. But anyway, if we could go back to Texas for a minute, I had so much fun. I think my other favorite part was I got to meet Jonathan and Susie. And Susie is like so hospitable. Is that how you say it? She is so welcoming, and I felt like, you know, I was at home. I didn't feel like I was out of town. I didn't feel like I was away from friends and family. I felt right at home, and a lot of that was because of Susie. And she just kind of took me under her wing and was just so kind, and she's so funny, and she's so sweet, and she loves the Lord. Like, you can tell she just loves God, and she's full of so many great qualities, and she's beautiful on the inside and out. And she's got, you know, that long, beautiful black raven hair down to her waist, and it's like, you're just gorgeous. You're gorgeous. She's amazing. And Jonathan was so nice and also so welcoming, and they both just have the gift of hospitality to the maximum, and like in the best way. And they are just two of the greatest people that I've ever had the honor of meeting. And then I got to meet their kids too, and that was like, wow, you know, if I was a mom, I would be so protective of who adults that I introduced my kids to. And, you know, I obviously think they are as well. And so it was an honor to meet their kids, and I didn't really talk to them a whole lot, but, you know, I got to say hi and meet them, and they, it was so cute because Susie said to her daughter, she's like, this is Elizabeth. And she said hi. And then she's like, it's Sushi's mom. Because I guess they all love my cat, which is just, it just makes me happy. So it was a great time. And then, I was sitting at dinner on Saturday night after the whole gig was over with John T. and Vanessa Johnson. And we were just laughing it up. It was so fun. John T. is so funny. And I don't know if you guys saw his video about the weekend, but it's really, really good. He highlights everything, and he is just such a nice, friendly guy that he's easy to talk to. He's approachable, and he's just so fun to hang around, honestly. And I'm so glad I got to meet him, even though there's this small part of me that thinks he's a horrible person. You guys should go watch his video. It's really good. He was making me laugh quite a few times. Okay, I am watching live delayed. Are you dropping a video? Yes, I am. I am going to be ending this live and going to my Tom Cassie live. It's a different live, so you're going to have to, once this ends, just in about 2 or 3 minutes, you're just going to have to go click that other video if you want to watch it. If you want to join live, if you want to watch it later, that's fine. If you don't want to watch it, also fine. But just, this is separate from that video. So that's a good question. Yes, Raymond, Susie Lamb. Yes, Jonathan and Susie Lamb. I've been at my current church for about a decade. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I've gone to the church I'm going to right now. I've gone to it on and off my whole life. Basically, I was all but raised in that church, and it's a huge reason why I am who I am today, and there's a lot of really great people there. So I did see his video. Yeah, it was good. It was funny. Yeah, pink parasol, that's not a bad idea. Except what about the candy? I think that's why the kids like the Easter eggs. But yeah, I know some people don't like Easter eggs. I spoke not against Jonathan and Susie Lamb, yet I spoke against them, living off $180,000 a year. I'm going to say, okay, some of it, I was under the impression that some of the money from Daystar is not from tithes from people or giving from people. But I don't know. And I also don't think that it's wrong to be paid as a minister. And I actually think that's a pretty modest income considering that it's $1 billion company, or almost $1 billion, or over millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like in my opinion, the heir of Daystar should be making like $1 million a year. And if it's 180,000, I mean, that's pretty small in my opinion. That's my opinion. I work for a $1 billion company myself, and I make close to 6 figures a year from that. I don't know if I should really say that on the internet, but I make decent money at my job, and I'm very thankful and blessed. And so I wouldn't want anyone to think that of me, because to be honest with you, that's really not that much money. Like, I don't want to be insensitive to somebody that struggles financially, but it's really not that much. And if you lose that, you don't have to make that many adjustments. Like, if I took a pay cut, as long as you're not living beyond your means, but I don't know. I don't want to have run off at the mouth, but it's not really my business what people do with their money, to be honest with you. But I get it. I get like where you're coming from about that. We can talk about that another time though. Let's hop into my next live. So I'm going to end this one. I'm going to grab a drink because I'm thirsty, and then I'll see you guys in the live where we're going to talk about Tom Cassie for a few